Welcome back. Second live stream. Last one was pretty fun, but we again have a new cast. We have Eliot joining us from you've seen him in one shots and the Avernus campaign, the Descent into Avernus campaign. And then these two guys. You look at them enough. Got Bryon, Stretch the Smith, and then my brother Dean, my dearest little brother. Gonna play some D&D again, and yeah. So last week, we just had Bryon and Dean with us, and or I guess Proteus and Haganar, and they, along with Atlas, actually arrived late at night to Cyrinlia from their voyage on Palebank Village, from Palebank Village, and went to bed pretty quick. It was late at night. The weather was crap. They just wanted to get somewhere that wasn't a cot on a ship. Waking up the next morning, Proteus and Haganar noticed that Atlas isn't there. Through searching a little bit, talking to people, trying to see if anyone's seen him, checking chow hall looking areas, because heavily driven by food. His stomach is his driving force for the most part.
Especially
What was that?
Especially elf legs.
Oh yeah, he's got a taste for elf. And so upon not being able to find Atlas or much of a lead, they do stumble across someone who claimed that Atlas saved his life. It was a young dwarf male named Neil, I believe. And he explained to them that he was doing some target practice, trying to train up to go out on expeditions and make some money for his family. And he was attacked by two Yetis, and their dragonborn friend Atlas happened to be up having a little bit of a restless night, and went to see what was going on. The commotion in the distance, ended up taking on these Yetis himself, but not quite being able to make it out himself. He did save the life of one, but sacrificed his own. And Haganar and Atlas went, found some clues. Haganar found the dead body of Atlas and stormed off, trying to track down, whatever these monsters are, these Yetis that he's never heard of, and deal with it appropriately. Maybe, it would make him feel better. He was just blinded with rage. Proteus trying to talk to him, calm him down, asking what's going on. He didn't see what Haganar saw, so he chased after Haganar. And with relative ease, through some good rolls, Haganar went in and just kind of torched these two Yetis that were still pretty wounded from a few hours ago. They maybe didn't go straight back to their little hut, but but an alcove in the side of this hill.
He either made Atlas look like a bitch, or he's just a very, very strong man that Proteus won't mess with anymore.
Haganar got some fucking rolls, man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so Proteus comes up, rounds the corner into this alcove just to see Yeti guts flying all over the place. Haganar immediately goes and starts ripping out teeth to make teeth necklaces, as one does. Proteus is disgusted by this, heads back to town, finds the young dwarf again, and tells him, hey, you need to walk me through this again. Something's not adding up. My friend is, ripping out teeth of these Yetis, but we still don't know where Atlas is. Took him a while. He still wasn't able to find it. Haganar approached, heading back to town, ran into Proteus in the same area where Haganar actually found the corpse. I'm over-explaining this. Wow. It's okay, though. Everyone will be super
It's a
caught
good
up.
recap for Eliot, too.
Yeah. And yeah, so Proteus still hadn't found the corpse at that point. Haganar points it out to him, and emotions flare, to say the least. They're both pretty upset, remembering, times with Atlas, and then they are able to bring him back to town and prepare him for, an honorable ceremony, a send off, atop a pyre. Haganar kept Atlas's halberd that was split in two, and his gold, his money.
Idea.
And the ceremony was performed. Just at the end, a red tiefling tapped them both on the shoulders and said, I was sent here looking for you guys. Well, looking for one person. Do you know Mara? And that's right where we left off. So this red tiefling here is Eliot. Eliot, would you like to describe what Haganar and Proteus see as they turn around?
Of course. They're seeing a red tiefling, bald, not, they're not bald, that's not thinning or nothing, it's just shaved. It's a hairdo. The horns are actually extremely, imagine cornrows in a way. Very well kept against his head. Very well trained against his head. And, he's about 6 foot tall.
I did explain that you're adorned in your cobalt soul attire. It's like loose monk clothing. Sorry, holy crap, loose monk clothing that you would think just stereotypically from anime and cartoons and stuff, but it's themed with like a cobalt blue and like kind of gray.
Okay. I do have a sword on my hip. Yeah, bit of a change of pace, but it's a sword.
Is it a short sword?
Yeah. It's a short sword. Yeah, that's kind of it. Very skinny.
This is getting weirder.
Not like fucking frail, but it's 6 foot and 180 pounds, so it's not bulky. It's just kind of
Middle of the road.
in the middle, yeah.
I don't know what it's like to be 6 foot, so I wouldn't know.
No idea.
So, what? Mara? What? You know Mara?
Yes, I was sent here. I was told to look for her. I heard she would be in this area.
How do you know her?
That's something that I failed on through trying to scramble to get everything together tonight. So you don't actually know her, but your mentor sent you to look for her for reasons that you weren't told yet. It kind of seemed a little weird. Not necessarily like it was a Cobalt Soul inspired mission, like maybe a personal thing.
Yeah, my mentor, he sent me here. Said to look for her. You didn't tell me why. It seemed a bit personal.
That kind of seems a little suspicious to me.
Haganar, I with everything going on, I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't feel good about this at all.
Hold on, I'm being quite rude here. I'm Deus.
You're interrupting the funeral of our dear friend who just passed away.
It's you guys have been standing there for a minute. It wasn't like they just lit the pyre or
He
anything.
fucking just
It's
died
just
2 seconds ago.
narratively, narratively, I wasn't gonna sit here and wait.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
but
Makes more sense.
the news you just brought me really rocked me, Amadeus.
What's
What'd you call me? DAYUS.
I got you. It's on the screen.
Oh man.
Sorry. But no, you know Mara through some. Why are you here looking for her? What, I mean, that doesn't describe it enough. I mean, you're just here to look for her? This isn't really a place where people just come for fun.
Well, I was just sent on a mission. I'm not here for fun.
Have you
Per
noticed how
se.
cold it is?
I'm a little
Yeah,
frigid,
and it's
but
it's very cold. I mean, you have your like warm, like your cold weather cloak and everything.
I
Prepared
don't need it.
to come up here.
I just pushed it out my mind like a real monk.
Same. If you remember, Haganar took that robe he got when we got here and
Well, it was a cloak. It was a cloak. So there's not actually sleeves on a cloak. You can't rip the sleeves off. Of
No,
it.
he ripped sleeves into it.
Yeah, so you cut holes in it. So, well, that's fine because even then, if you do get cold, you can just not say anything and still try to act like a tough guy and like slip your arms back in there. And not,
Haganar's not acting. Not acting.
Not even cold.
Bit of 17-year-old pure man.
orc man. You're not pure man. You're a half orc.
Orc man.
Yeah.
Hanging
Yeah,
on,
the orc
right?
said you got dirty blood. That's why they kicked you out. I mean, they did. It was an orc tribe.
Hanging on, I don't know what to say about this. See, you realize our friend just passed. I mean, that's why everyone was gathered earlier. It's a strange day to come looking for another friend of ours.
Did your mentor give you any information about her, or did he just give you a name?
Gave me a name. Said to talk to the mayor of Palebank here, and he told me she'd be around here.
Well, she's not.
Well, that's right, because Evra wouldn't know that she disappeared.
How did you get here?
I walked.
No.
No, I actually I met a couple of wizards and they teleported me here.
He arranged travel. The Cobalt Soul, his mentor, arranged travel. The shortcomings on the knowledge. That's on me.
No,
It's
I haven't read this shit. Like I'm reading it as I'm fucking going here. I apologize so fucking much.
Work through it.
Cobalt Soul arranged travel with Uthadurnian wizards to get him here.
Like I said, I
Because
walked.
He got to Palebank, and the ship had already left that he would have tried to get on board that you guys were on.
Haganar, do you think he has something to do with her going missing? I probably shouldn't have said that.
I'm gonna tie him up.
Well, you guys
You're
are
going to attempt.
I mean, this went to from 0 to 100 quick.
Yeah, real quick.
All right, well, fine, grab him.
Well, so you're again, like I said, you're surrounded by a bunch of people in the town. So I don't think they would. They're once they see that you're doing this, they're gonna. Hey, whoa, what's going on? Especially right now. Like, is this a time for that? It was your
Perhaps
friend.
you are being a bit hasty.
You need to tell us more information. I'm not buying this. You just show up, say our friend's name.
Happen to know who we are in a crowd of people.
Right. Days after she disappeared.
Must I ask you, do I look like a violent person to you? Sorry, I don't have my sleeves ripped open.
I point to.
On my...
Does he look like a violent person?
No.
I've been known to kill.
But you know what? I just remembered. My mentor did mention that she was a bit of a pain in the Cobalt Soul's side. I must say, defying orders and possibly sharing secrets.
It seems like you've practiced these answers, almost as if you're reading them from a script.
Well, I'm a monk. I train myself well.
Fine. I'm Proteus. This is Atlas. Our friend Haganar passed away earlier.
I'm just gonna smack
My condolences.
of the head.
Smacking Proteus on the back of the head.
Just a light little, like, hey, come on now.
Trust me.
Fine, kid.
So wait, you are Proteus, and you are Haganar.
No, that's Atlas.
Okay, well, great to meet you guys. I mean, if you don't have any information to share, I can leave you guys free to mourn your friend's passing.
Oh no, I don't think you're gonna be going anywhere anytime soon, man.
Yes, Haganar was a very close friend of mine.
You know, I really like you.
I like me too.
So where will I be going, if not anywhere soon?
You're looking for one of our friends. We're looking for one of our friends. I'm not gonna let you find her first. I don't know what you're gonna do to her when you find
Oh,
her.
so she was your friend?
Let's find her together.
Proteus, this is not the time.
Fine. All right, let's find somewhere warm to sit. Maybe sort this out a little bit. What do you say?
I've never been more happy in my life.
I'm going to get a beer.
You don't
Or-
drink, and that's weird that you're happy about this. Fine, let's go. And can I direct us to somewhere like one of the yurts that like there's a shitload of people hanging around?
Right. Yeah.
It's like a
There
bar
would most
yurt.
definitely, there would most definitely have to be some sort of, you know, place to get some ale. Like there's not really any merchants here in Serenlia. Not. It's just yeah, you could probably trade with people, but ale is definitely
Abundant.
Yeah, it's they probably ship casks over. You think from Pale Bank because there was a lot of barrels of ale on that ship that you guys were traveling on. You know, keep the expedition happy. Maybe find better stuff. Who knows? So yeah, you guys are able to find some people passing mugs of ale around.
All right, we'll grab a couple. I'll grab a couple for everyone and sit down.
Like a couple each.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
I'm gonna grab the first one and slam it down.
Go for it.
Atlas, you may have mine.
I'm gonna
So-
slam it down.
Cool.
Des,
just
you're not a drinker?
No, not particularly.
What are you gonna say, Bill?
that second one, make a Constitution saving throw for me. After you're just downing them.
Nobody taught Haganar how to drink. He's still
Yeah, you've probably seen people drink before. I was just letting it ride.
17.
I would assume that working as a mercenary with other mercenaries at some point, I'm sure you probably have seen people indulge in some drinking. But what did you say? I'm sorry. What was your roll?
19.
19. Cool. Yeah. Let's get a little burp afterward. Getting the hang of this drinking thing.
Froze up.
So yeah, Haganar just downed 2 drinks. You guys just sitting there amongst everybody, or off kind of by yourselves, or
I'd say amongst everyone.
okay,
So
kinda sitting on logs or standing around, you know, whatever people can find.
right. So Deus, you said your name was right.
Yes.
So let me ask, you don't drink.
No, sir.
Do you eat elves?
Do I?
Eat elves.
No, I do not eat elves.
How's your relations with the Dragonborn?
I don't have a problem with dragonborns.
All right. You seem okay. Wait. How do you feel about people turning into strange chicken men?
I may have seen it before.
You have.
Perhaps.
I don't know, Atlas. We should probably trust him.
I don't know. All I know is I'm not letting him out of my sight.
Listen, I happen to carry some dice with me. I'm going to roll them. If I roll above a 10 on the one, I'm going to trust him, all right?
Jesus Christ.
I rolled a nat 20 on that, so
He loves
Wasting your
them.
good rolls.
I think this guy's my best friend, really. I really think we get along.
The fates brought him here.
This must have been sent by, Alice. This must be a sign. I don't know.
By me?
No, by our real friend Atlas. This is Haganar.
I was wondering how long you were going to keep that up.
Haganar. Okay.
Screwing me up.
Yes, strange name, I know. But he's quite a nice guy. We really get along well. He makes splendid necklaces. Quite the fashion statement. I have one right here.
Oh yeah, actually, so real
Those
quick,
teeth.
since we haven't done this yet on stream, it's really just been on our YouTube channel. Haganar and Proteus, take a quick second to describe what Deus sees.
Go ahead, Haganar.
Proteus.
Rhea?
Yeah.
Oh, nice callback to Avernus.
That's
Also,
man.
screw
Why?
you, Dean. So, yes, when you're looking at Proteus, you see very, thin-jawed, stubble-bearded, kind of slightly scarred face, blonde hair, long, dirty blonde. He wears a... I'll get to that last. He has a long coat on, long, trench-style coat. It's like a black, brown, and reddish leather. And it's all very sleekly cut, fit to him very well. It's all very stylish, so to speak. He does carry on his back a viol and a quiver, a bow, and also a little tiny dagger thing across his chest. And most importantly, he wears one of those large hats that kind of dip down on the one side that the old bards would wear, and he has a giant. What color is the feather at this point?
Blue.
Blue
Yeah.
feather on the one side.
Do you still have the scars?
Yep.
Lightly scarred. Oh, and
And-
he's currently wearing a tooth necklace from the teeth of yetis.
Oh, okay. That's a little odd.
Haganar.
Rhea?
So, looking at Haganar, for the most part, he looks like your typical, half orc. He's very big statured. He's was bald at the start of this campaign, but I'm sure by now, he's probably starting to grow some of that back.
Little fuzz.
Very short though, it's I don't know. It's been a couple weeks probably, I would imagine.
Oh, you don't go over it again every night or nothing like that?
Mm-mm. No, he's more
Not committed to the cause.
he's more dedicated to other things. He's he's got to try some things out, yeah. That's another thing you do notice. He does look very young for a half orc, especially given the I wouldn't say he's got too many scars, but I don't know, he's just got that stern look about him, like he's I don't want to say that seen some things look, but it looks like he's been around a little bit for how young he is. Yeah, he wears he's got, so right now, like Bill had said, he's got the not the
Heavy
robe,
cloak.
the cloak on, which have armholes cut out, just because he's just, a
Cool
manly-
guy.
Yeah, cool guy. But if that were not on, you would see he's got scale mail on, and he's got robes on over top of that. It's like a purple and green and blue robes. But yeah, no facial hair yet. He's still a baby. He's got a warhammer and a shield with his holy symbol dedicated to the Stormlord Cord. engraved into it, and now has half of a halberd that belonged to Atlas.
Oh yeah, so do I, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the bottom half.
You have a stick.
You quarter half, I got the I got the battle axe. And also you would see the teeth necklace as well, with bigger Yeti teeth in them. I gave Proteus this Yeti's teeth, not as any kind of insult, but just
It fit.
yeah, they're more his size. These are more my size.
Right.
But yeah.
Proteus is also 6 foot tall.
Ooh.
So.
But yeah, so that's what they look like, by the way. I guess I could have gotten to that earlier, but
That's it.
Good. It's always better when yeah, I don't know.
either way.
Never mind. Yeah, it's fine.
When Dean puts the heat on me, I always love those moments.
God, I keep doing this, but I'm over here. I don't know.
Aren't you up there?
Yeah,
No, he's over there.
But
No, he's down there.
So I'm
Either
pulling
way.
the Dean.
I'm right there.
No,
We
now
no,
got
Bryan's
Brady
there.
Bunch.
no, not at all. You guys aren't looking at the same screen that the people are seeing.
Yeah,
Bill's down there.
What Brian sees is what everybody else sees.
Correct.
I know I'm up top. That's all I know.
Yeah. All right, for you guys, it's Bill, Eliot, Dean.
Oh, okay. So when I point down there, I'm actually pointing at him.
So you're in the bottom left corner.
I'm at the bottom.
I guess that's not important right now.
It's not.
It literally isn't.
See you later.
You can tune into our Twitch at twitch.tv/Dapper DnD and check us out, Eliot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. I could.
What were we? We got so sidetracked there.
We were drinking.
Not
Drinking,
me.
The
talking,
beer-
not drinking.
Yeah, talking. Yeah.
So
Well, some of you drinking.
this is my teeth necklace. I think that's where we left off.
Yeah, because you were telling him about the tooth necklace. That's right.
Are those? What kind of teeth are those?
Doesn't matter. He made them. This is his fantastic artwork. He is quite the artist, as I consider myself. But
Also, so these
Average at best.
teeth necklaces, the way they look, they're not like, because you can't drill fine holes into these teeth, So basically, it's like what it could look like is like twine, basically wrapped around each tooth and
That's what I-
strung that way.
Stuff. Yep.
Yeah, average at best.
he's not afraid to kill.
Oh, neither am I.
Ooh. Right. So you're looking for Mara. Now, what have you heard about her to this point? Like, what do you know as far as where she was? You just know that she was in Palebank last and was voyaging here?
I also know that she's a female dark elf named Mara.
But do you know what... Okay, I'll be blunt. We were on the boat. We went to bed. We woke up. No more Mara. Blue feather. And then we got to here. We get off. We go to bed. We wake up. No Atlas. No feather. Atlas is dead. Everything's going to shit. Oh my god.
Proteus, what if she left because somehow she got word that this guy was coming after her?
He probably is. Everything's going wrong. I'm
Now,
going to
hear me
freeze to
out.
death. I'm freezing to death. Do you understand that?
Not even cold, dude. Calm down.
Hear me out. She used to be a former student of my mentor's. He just wants to talk to her.
Well,
That's what he told me.
it's going to be quite hard because she's either lost at sea or frozen to death, like I'm about to be. Everything here goes to shit. Don't join this adventure. There's no point in looking for her.
What adventure? What are you guys up to?
Freezing to death. I've told you this 3 times now.
No. What is your actual adventure?
Well,
Where's the
apparently-
excitement?
There's been plenty of excitement. I told you. Friend missing. Feather in place. Dragon Man dead. What else do you want? Yeti fucking necklace.
No feather.
Yeti fucking necklace.
So that's it?
This man is just erratic in front of you.
Oh, I'm
Yep,
losing my
Yeti
fucking mind.
necklace.
You've had fun on the way, though.
When? Oh,
I
there
don't
was
know.
the chicken man. I did have fun with that.
A chicken man.
At a good time.
Enjoy the little things.
Haganar starts to like twitch a little bit because he thought about all the people he had to talk to and the responsibilities he had at that moment.
And me and Haganar turned into great friends.
For more than just that reason as well. He's
Well, I'm
Just
delighted.
physically cringing. You're just like,
yeah, something like that.
Well, anyway, so what we're doing here is... should we just tell him, Haganar? I feel at this point it doesn't really matter.
I just want to kill him.
Really,
Whoa, excuse me.
more death, it doesn't seem necessary. I mean,
He insulted my necklaces.
yes, they're quite lovely, but some people would find them
Now
strange.
pause for a moment. You wanted to kill me before I commented on your necklaces.
That's just his thing, really. Like,
I don't
he
trust.
meets people, death comes to them in his mind. He has a plan for every person he meets to kill them, you know? It's just his way of life.
Best I can say is good luck.
Okay, well, I guess we'll part ways now.
Not to you.
Oh. All right, well, let's diffuse this, men. Instead of letting your egos get in the way, how about we discuss what actually is going on? Besides the dead friends and the missing people and the feathers and no feathers, I want to point out that
you do notice that every time he mentions the lack of feather on his second missing friend, he is pretty sad.
Yeah.
I want to point out that there's a curse or disease, a virus, I don't know what to call it, that has struck Palebank Village. Many people are getting sick from it. They get frozen, literally in place. So we've been sent here to look for the cure for it, I suppose. And I believe I am afflicted with this. I inhaled some of the powder that was near it, and I think it's going to lead me to death, and I'm very scared, and I'm probably going to die any day now.
My hand on Proteus' shoulder, try to get him to calm down.
Lesson, kids. Inhale foreign powders, you will die.
Now pause for a moment. Now pause. All you need to do, Proteus, is just think it out of your mind. You won't be sick anymore.
Right. Think about not being cold. Warm beaches, violin, music.
And you do think of this actually one particular tavern along the Menagerie Coast where you grew up that you used to love going to, and you frequented there because of they had bards through there a lot. Bard troops, single bards, entertaining a lot. And that's could have been where the interest first struck. You might have already had interest, but...
Yes, I can remember. And then Elandra and the beach and her beautiful music. And then she got taken away. God, everything leads to death. Why is the world full of death?
It's the natural process.
Oh, great. So no one lives to be old and die. We all just die young.
No, it's the natural process to die.
I don't know anyone that's died of an old age. Except maybe my parents. Hopefully they're gone by this point.
I wouldn't say hopefully, but if you think about that, your life gets easier.
Right. World without parents.
Always a plan, man.
There's always a plan, man.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm
like
still
that.
fucking cold, so...
Well, you're just cold because I'm cold. I doubt I have the sickness.
Alright, the powder was what was causing the sickness, though.
Well, I bet you just exhaled it and it went away.
I believe I'm quite down with this sickness. And I'm very worried about it. It's really disturbing me.
All right, so it's getting the sun's kind of sinking in the sky a little bit. You know, this ceremony went on about mid-afternoon, and then I guess it's probably not sundown yet. It's just getting to the evening time.
See, now you're gonna find out what really cold is.
I was fucking freezing last night too, and every day on the sea. It's been awful. Now,
Yes.
all right. Oh,
Well-
anyway, where we are right now, Haganar and I are stuck here. We're looking for a cure for this. We've lost a friend. You're looking for one of our other friends. At some point, we'll be looking for her. The way I see it is we both have something to gain from this. You help us find the cure. We help you find the Mara.
Okay.
Well,
I
that
do
was
want to
easy.
say one thing to you, Proteus.
Sure.
The unexamined life is not worth living. I want you to think of that.
I might include that in a song. I like that.
So you play music.
No, I just keep a viol strapped to my back because I think it looks nice.
Oh well, odd fashion statement.
Actually,
Oh, fuck that. I'm smarter than that. Oh,
At that point, like, good one, dude.
All right, so that was way easier than I expected. All right, so you're going to join us. We should probably get on our way to at least find something out. It's been a whole day of mourning, and I think if we accomplish something, we'll at least feel a little bit better. Does anyone know who leads this godforsaken town?
So when you guys got off the boat, Morgo was kind of your welcoming party. The female dwarf. She came and got you, showed you to the yurt that you guys could stay in, let you know that if you had any questions, find her around the settlement. Like, it's not a big place, it's not a big town. And then you guys mentioned the buyer and Orvo Mustave.
Musty day.
Yeah, I
Musty
was
Dave.
waiting for it.
Dave.
You guys mentioned those two individuals to Morgo when you guys got here, and she's like, yeah, I'll show you guys around whenever you need me to. Otherwise, they're pretty easy places to find. The buyer's yurt is the biggest in town. They were here when the place was settled, and Orvo, I'm sure if you just ask around, wouldn't be too hard if you don't want to come to me.
All right, maybe we should find that Morgo and have her take us to maybe the buyer.
who's the buyer?
Unsure at this point.
You guys would know that Elro, that was one of the people Elro told you to go talk to, that the buyer essentially transports findings from expeditions as, like, if they're of higher importance, like if it could be an artifact for the Uthadurnian, tinkerers or scientists, I guess, if you will, to study and maybe help keep them away from the Dwendalian Empire and the war raging in the south, and like keep themselves and study these artifacts to maybe have a better defense, because they're like, hey, we don't want any part of this. The Durns off by themselves, away from any sort of rule name to keep it that way. Otherwise, stuff gets shipped over boat. But yeah, you do know the buyer transports more important goods to either Palebank or Uthadurn for research purposes or selling.
I'm going to stick with the. Still quite unsure at this point.
Right. I just wasn't sure if you actually remembered. Or
I
not,
remembered
'cause it
some of
has been
that,
a
so
while.
thank you for the help. Only some, so the extra, the details of the fact that he transports the everything was kind of important that I kind of forgot. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, so he might be the person to talk to, and or possibly that Orvo.
Musty Dave?
Yes, you called him Musty Dave. I don't remember what his real last name was.
I think that's it.
Okay, that could be. So yes, let's go look for Morgo. And what do you think? The buyer first, Haganar?
I really don't know. I just really want to kill this guy.
All right. Well, to the buyer we go. And yeah, can we just meet up with Morgo? Go find the buyer.
Yeah. So she's actually kind of, you look around, it's pretty easy to find her. She's actually in the same area as you, having a couple drinks, but also looking like she's not too far away from the group, still kind of intermingling, but overall watching and just making sure, everything's good. She does kind of take care of the place. She's not any sort of real leadership, but self-appointed protector, squashing of squabbles and all that stuff. Squasher of squabbles.
Squash your beef.
Yeah, that type of stuff.
That's how you get spam.
Yeah, she's just right there.
Okay.
And could point you to the buyer's hut, no problem. She's like, "Oh yeah, it's just over there. It's actually sticking above those two yurts." Points you in a direction. You do see a yurt that's a little bit bigger, looks a little bit nicer in construction.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, we'll head
ultimately,
right over there. Knock on the door.
Okay. So you guys go up and knock on the. Okay, I was making sure I was in the right area and making sure I'm not reading something wrong. You knock on just one moment, and you hear a little bit of shuffling and like nothing erratic or crazy. You just hear footsteps approaching and open the door. And you just see like this mysterious looking elf sitting there with like a nicer looking cloak. It's still fur lined, but it's not like the dingy brown that everyone else seems to have.
Like something pretty wear.
Yeah, it's the hood portion of the cloak is a little thinner. It's not the big heavy fur line, but it's up, and they are clutching a book, and there's a fairy dragon, I believe.
Okay.
No, it's just yeah, a small fairy dragon perched on the shoulder of the buyer. It's lime green. It's like, yes, you must be the ones that I heard about over from Pale Bank, right?
Yes, and you must be the buyer, they call you.
That is correct.
Do you have a real name, or do you just go by the buyer?
I am the buyer, and I've been called that for so long. My given name is escaping me. These days, the buyer will do.
Are you also the seller?
Oh, actually, no.
So what?
I actually really, it's kind of a funny title if you really think about it. I more so just transport things. I neither buy nor sell.
So you just arrange for shipment across the river?
Yes, across the channel back to Pale Bank, to your good friend Elro, who I'm sure you guys are acquainted with, and to the Uthidurnian leadership, who is ultimately the big boss. Big boss is.
So you're just a worker in this scheme?
My arcane talents are what got me my position. I'm able, this box here, and you notice there's like to the right of this chair, which the buyer has now sat down in, there's like a stone chest that's finally like etched, and it's just like really like the similar intricacies that you would see in elven architecture, like real flowy, wavy designs. But yeah, it's just a stone chest. This I use to, it's imbued with my magic, and I send things to Uthadurn and receive things from them. I mostly just send things to Palebank if one of the expeditions acquires something that maybe will fit the needs of Palebank more. Weapons and armor to for the guard force out there. Any sort of supplies that may make life in such an austere area a little bit easier. Uthadurn is quite the beautiful place. It doesn't need much upgrading for their populace.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. Since you're the buyer, I'm going to call myself the player. This is the prayer, and this is the monk.
My name's Haganar.
Fine, Proteus.
I'm
Yeah.
tired of you making up names for me.
This is Deus.
Hello.
Yes, quite the breath of fresh air out here. You know, a different bunch. I'm used to just seeing dwarves and elves all day. So what?
I'm glad
what
I
can
get to
do for
suit
you?
your
I'm
fancy.
sorry. Sit, please sit. Would you care for anything to drink?
Oh,
Water,
anything to
please.
warm me up.
Warm water
Um,
for us, please.
Well,
Come-
I mean,
thank
yes,
you.
come in again. Come in. I do have the fire lit and everything. It's nice and toasty in here, if I do say so.
It feels so, yes.
So upon walking in, you guys do smell like a real strong, like pungent scent of incense. And the inside of this yurt is painted with glowing arcane runes. There's a brass brazier burning brightly at the center of the floor, around which are set a few plush chairs, a bed, and the chest that I mentioned before. So yeah, the buyer, I guess, wouldn't have sat down before welcoming you in. Welcomed you in and then went and sat down. I'm afraid I only have 2 chairs, but I suppose one of you can sit in my seat. I guess I'll be a good host.
I can stand.
Yeah, I'm good on a seat. thank you.
Oh, I'll gladly sit on one of these chairs. It
Of
looks
course,
quite comfortable.
suit yourself. These are some finely crafted chairs from the best Uthadurnian woodworkers.
Quick question: how many chairs did you say there were?
Including the buyer's chair, there was only 2. Not including, I'm sorry. Aside from the buyer's chair,
All
there
right,
was
I'm
only
gonna
2.
sit in the other one then.
Oh, changed your mind, did you? Either way,
Yes, I was checking on him first.
What can I do for you, bunch? You
Well-
interesting bunch.
The first thing is I must know where you got that coat. Is wonderful.
Oh, do you like it?
Yes.
I love it myself. It's my favorite, actually. I have a few others, and behind the buyer, there is on kind of like hooks deals, a couple other cloaks. Couple like one of them's maybe green with some white fur on the inside, with like a gold trim around it. The other one is a deep, like a dark red, like almost like a blood red, with like a silver embroidery around the silver trim embroidery around, with black fur on the inside.
Yes, I mean the red one is well, really strikes my fancy.
Yes, I can see that is the color of whatever it is you're wearing under that
Hideous cloak.
monstrosity of a
Yes.
cloak.
Oh, it's awful, isn't it? So drab.
It's horrifying.
It is.
I would never ever wear such a thing.
Thank you. Someone with a sense of style around here.
Oh, but the finest for the buyer.
So, buyer, might I be able to procure said cloak from you, or is this?
These are special cloaks.
I'm a special person.
Before we start trying to barter for my belongings, what is it that you said brought all of you here?
Oh, of course. Yes, I guess that would be more important.
Your
Haganar.
coat.
Haganar, oh, yes, the cloak. No, we're not here for the cloak. Haganar, you got to reel me in on this stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry, buyer. I don't mean to waste your time. We're here because we were sent from Palebank Village to search for a cure for the sickness that's been taking over there. I'm sure you've heard about it.
Yes, I was told a little bit. That there were some adventures coming to help. However, that's really all I was told.
Yes, I'm worried that I've been afflicted with the sickness and that I may actually be at risk with it. But
I've been afflicted with the sickness.
yes, and I'm curious. When when did you come in contact with all the items that went over from? Oh
Isocross.
no. The dwarven expedition. His name's escaping me right now.
Lost Mines.
No.
Heard of those before?
I've read a story about them. It's almost like them. I think they're set in the Forgotten Realms.
I'm so dumb. I'm fucking get out of here.
Dean, you said it. You just didn't.
Wimp. Right?
What was it?
Ergen Wimp, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you, Haganar. That was it. Yes, him. His voyage. You sent items over from that. Is that, I would assume, correct?
Ergen actually kept everything with him. Orvo was with him, but yeah, when Orvo wanted to stay here and have me send his findings, Ergen decided he just wanted to escort everything himself. Said that he may have found a relic and didn't want to run any risk of it being delivered to the wrong person, which, I mean, my talents are as pristine as the cloaks I wear. I wouldn't get it to a wrong place, but I'm not one to argue. If he wanted to take it on his own, he wanted to take it on his own. I did, however, inspect everything that he had with him. Was there something of his that you are looking for in particular?
Well, there was a vial. A little blue vial.
Oh, yes. He had 2 of them, I believe, right?
Do we know that there were 2 yet? Okay. Yes, there were 2. That seems to be what's causing the sickness, whatever was contained in that vial.
By means of what? Do you mean
Contact.
well, I couldn't really tell. Contact. Okay, I didn't know if it needed to be ingested.
Unsure. I breathed a lot in. I'm quite terrified that I've come down with it too.
Wait, maybe that's the thing. You inhaled it, you didn't touch it.
Are you always this dumb?
From what we know
Excuse me?
of the people who've come in contact with this vial, it had a crack in it, I believe. And the people who, basically anybody who's touched it with a bare hand has gotten this sickness. There's actually that whole family, now that I think about it, that we last encountered before coming over here.
all because Lyle bought the vial.
Yo, because Lyle bought the vial. Right, that's right. Irvin Lyle, right?
Irvin Lyle bought the vial and got his family sick.
Got his family sick. Sounds like a
Nursery rhyme.
Irvin Lyle bought the vial and got his family sick.
I
Don't ask for the second verse of that because I don't know.
I'm quite worried that that family is going to fall quite ill. But yes, hopefully we can find a cure for them and get it back as quickly as possible.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm very glad that. I mean, there's no real good way to say this without me sounding like a monster. I'm very sorry for Ergen and what happened to him. But I suppose for my immediate sake, I'm glad I didn't touch those, or else I would be no use. I wouldn't be able to transport any sort of cure for you guys if you were to find one.
Right, and you wouldn't be able to sell me that lovely cloak. But what is most important here is, what do you know about where we can possibly start looking to find this cure? Or do you know anything about any magics like that that have ever been on this island? Anything that you can offer would be great.
I would say the best first place to look, I mean, besides stopping by and saying hello to me, would be Ergen's dear friend Orvo.
Musty Dave?
Yeah, yes, if that's what you want to call him, Mustave, Orvo Mustave. Yes,
Oh,
he
Dave. Okay.
he was on the expedition that Ergen returned from.
Okay, yes, that would be a great next stop. But we can't go on this adventure looking this way. I mean, really, I feel like I should spice up the look a little, you know?
Leave it to Proteus.
Roll me a persuasion check.
That's all I was hoping for.
Can I assist with that? And
How do you assist before he rolls?
listen, man, I'll even pay you some if I can just get him to. If you don't give this to him, he's gonna talk about it the entire trip. Hold for it. I don't want to hear it.
How many gold did you say? It cut out a little bit.
I just said gold.
Oh, gold. Okay.
Number.
Right. Sure. Roll it with advantage then, Bryon.
All right.
Because Haganar is like, man, I really don't want to hear him talk about this fucking cloak. That's a good point. I was gonna see how compelling your point was gonna be and decide, and that was good.
That'd be a 19 total.
Oh my goodness.
19. You said the red one, huh?
It suits my look. This is my leather jacket underneath. It's red. I usually keep a red feather in the hat, but this blue one was left by a friend of mine that has gone missing. So red and blue always go together nicely. I'm just trying to put together a nice outfit. The green just would clash too much.
You know, that would clash. How about this? You do me a favor. Go burn that cloak, that hideous cloak that you're wearing. Preferably not on your friend. Come back to me, and then we'll see what it takes to get you that cloak.
Deal. Out the door.
He just runs. Okay, bye. I'll be right back. I swear.
Yeah, I'm
Proteus returns like 45 seconds later. Just went to some random yurt that has a fire out front of it and just tossed his.
Exactly. Fucking first fire he sees, launches it on, comes darting back, gets back. It's done. And I'm still cold.
Okay. Well, sure. Give me. I'll get rid of it for 10 gold pieces. You are a person of fine taste, and I guess I can appreciate that more than anything else. And I really didn't think you were going to go burn your it's cold out there. Burn your cloak in the yeah, 10 gold and it's yours. And it's even a little bit special.
Excuse me, madam. Where might the restroom be here?
Outside.
Outside?
You're talking to me?
Yes.
Oh,
It's the buyer.
you can refer to me as the buyer, please.
Wait.
Yeah,
This is the
wherever
buyer.
you would like
Okay.
to,
have you-
just go pee wherever you would like, or whatever you have to do.
I'm going to go pee in my restroom. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Oh, that's what that was.
All right. We will be right back then.
Welcome back again. Had a little break. Get everyone adjusted for the second half. So we left off, and Proteus had just ran outside feverishly and tossed his ugly, dingy, cold weather cloak onto a random unsuspecting fire. Someone was probably just like cooking their dinner or something. I don't know. And ran back to the fire's hut. And the buyer lets you know, for that kind of dedication and your taste in fashion, I'll let it go for 10 gold. So yeah, that exchange is made. You have this cloak. Also, this cloak is a little special.
Ooh,
So, I mean, it is quite nice. It's quite warm.
it is
But,
special.
while wearing it, if you focus on it, not too hard, you can make it billow majestically, and it's just the most amazing thing.
Oh, do I have to focus all of my energy on it, or?
Nope, just a bonus amount maybe. So it's a cloak of billowing. As a bonus action, you can make it billow.
Oh, I'm so excited. You guys can carry on for a minute. I'm going to add that to my equipment.
Do take care of it, please.
Oh, I will. And I'll always remember where I came from, Baya. You're quite swell.
Yes, the person, not the place. This place sucks. Don't remember it here. Just remember me.
And this wonderful yurt you have, the walls, everything. It's so lovely.
Yes. Dew seems to love it and starts scratching the chin of this little fairy dragon.
Oh, you say his name is Dew?
Yes, he's quite the good pet.
He looks quite friendly. Okay, so not to cut this short, Baya. I really enjoyed our time together. but it seems we have to return to you if we do find this cure, and just to exchange any fashions that we might find along the way. But more importantly,
don't think you can get anything else from me so easily.
oh no, I would not. But we should go find Orvo straight away.
Of course, yeah. If actually, do you know where Orvo's yurt is?
If you could point us in that direction, that'd be lovely.
Absolutely. You walk outside of my yurt. You take a right, go 3 yurts down. You'll take a left. If you see the old oak tree with the drawing of a dick on it, you've gone too far. It's on the right-hand side.
God.
You've got me. Oh, that wasn't a joke?
No, there actually is a tree with a dick carved into it. Some adventurers just don't grow up, I suppose.
So you go out, take a right,
3,
down, you take a left. It's on the right-hand side, and if
but
you get,
not to the oak tree with
You
the
went-
dick.
Correct.
got it. My brain hurts.
All right. Well, Baya, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and you do take care.
Likewise. And you bunch too. Do come back, please, because while I'm not affected, this is a serious illness, and I would love to transport it back to help the people that have been afflicted, and help our researchers back at Uthadur, and maybe find a way to duplicate it for potential further cases. I personally would never like to freeze into a block of ice, and I sure don't even wish that upon my fiercest enemies. Not that I have any.
No, my friend. And I will cherish this cloak. Thank you. And turn around, and then can I make it bellow as I leave?
Aha, I see you're getting the hang of it. You guys are walking out. Is there anything else the other two of you want to do?
I'm just gonna roll my eyes and shake my head and keep walking.
Nice. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Yeah, so we'll head to the right, and then 3 yurts down to the left, and then stop at the first yurt on our right, and no oak tree.
There is only one yurt on your right.
Okay.
And immediately after this yurt is an oak tree, which you can see has some carvings into it. You're a little further away from it right now. You can't quite see it, but you assume that that's the tree the buyer was talking about.
Okay. Yes, and we'll just
outside of this yurt, there is a dwarven man, kind of just sitting around a fire with a plate of some food and like an ale kind of twisted into the snow, make his own little cup holder in the snow with this ale. He's just kind of eating and sees you guys approach. Oh, hello. Assuming you were walking up to me. I mean, unless you're an artist of sorts. I mean, people tend to carve stuff in trees, I guess.
I am an artist, but no, we're not here for the tree. Are you Orvo?
I'm sorry, what did you say? It must have cut out. I didn't hear you.
I am an artist, but not here for the tree. Are you Orvo?
Yes, I am. Did you need something?
Oh, yes. I am Proteus de Rossi. This is Haganar,
Nice to meet you.
and this is Deus.
Nice to meet you.
We are on a quest from Palebank Village, looking into a friend of yours' untimely passing, and
You must be talking about Ergen. And he does kind of like his voice kind of lowers again, not like to be quiet, but it's a little more solemn.
yes, we're here to look into maybe finding the cure so that that illness cannot affect anyone else. It's been going a little crazy down in Palebank.
Yeah, that's been the word. Do come in. Come on. Sit, please. The weather's not awful out here, but it is cold.
This cloak does keep me quite warm. Thank you, though. We will go in.
That is a fine cloak.
It is. Thank you.
And so upon actually speaking with Orvo, you do see like his face has like a large scratch, like for a claw mark kind of across his face. Like it's not new. It's definitely old and healed, but scratch marks across his face, like scarred. And yeah, he welcomes you in, and I don't really have much to accommodate for guests, but I mean, I could. Would any of you like an ale? I mean, that's really all I can provide.
Absolutely.
Okay. And he like goes over and gets you a mug of ale from his like little mini cask that he has in his yurt. Come, I don't have anywhere for anybody to sit. I apologize.
Just stand anyway.
Perfect.
Do you have any tea by chance?
No. The buyer may be one to talk to about that. Mostly everyone here drinks ale.
I'll also
or
have some
shitty wine.
water then.
Of course. He like grabs a mug, an ale mug that doesn't have anything in it, kind of like dumps it upside down to make sure there ain't anything in it, and he like steps outside real quick and scoops up some snow and like kind of holds it above the fire. Yeah, I mean, again, we really mostly just drink ale here, but if you know about Ergen and everything, I suppose you may be here to try and help. I heard that there was a group who tasked themselves with this endeavor, or maybe Elro talked to you guys. I'm not really sure.
Yes, we are that group. We were sent by Elro.
He's like swilling this cup around still, trying to get it to melt.
Unfortunately, our our friend Atlas fell recently. That's who.
Yes, I heard about that. I'm so sorry to
No,
hear. It's tragic losing a friend.
It is. But we need to focus on saving the lives of others. We can't let that stop us. So, please, what do you know about where this was, where you found those other artifacts? I mean, what can you help us with?
Well, the expedition that we went on was about 200-mile trek. It was quite some distance. Actually, I didn't think we were even going to find this place that we were looking for. It was a vault of sorts, is what has rumors that have been spoken. A vault that could have belonged to, could have been a part of this city of Aor, the floating city. I really don't know much about Aor. The name really just kind of floated among ears around the town. After the buyer started requesting, if any, or asking anybody coming back if they had found any sort of something that looked old and magical. But either way, we went to this vault and actually found it on accident through thick snowstorm. And really, we weren't able to make it very far. We made it a few rooms into this vault and were attacked by armor. So I've never seen anything like it before. It was armor without anyone inside of it. And it was terrifying. And we grabbed what we could, and we got out of there as well. That was, I mean, any longer, then it could have been both of us. But I mean, I can give you a rough map, and he kind of like pulls out this parchment that does have like an outline of the main island foreign of Isocross, and or what you would assume, because he's got a little spot marked Serenlia, and then across the way there's like on the edge of the parchment there's a little Mastron, and there's a little spot marked Palebank, and he's got some like trail marks and like off the trail a little bit. There are like X's, you know, there's little notes that he's taken here and there, kind of scribbles. But it is ultimately kind of to the northwest is where this this X with a circle around it. He's like, this right here is the best account I can give of where this vault is. Again, we found it on accident. We were wandering for hours toward the end of our journey, and we happened across this frosty-looking creature. I don't know, spirit maybe, almost like it was drawn to this place. Ended up having to fight it off before we even went inside, but we followed it and found our way to the vault, and it was, like I said, it was just horrifying. We wandered for maybe a day or two before we could find out roughly where we were on the way back.
Wow.
Ran into some wild folk around. They're mostly harmless unless you, I guess, threaten them or strike first. They mostly just try to hunt and survive. You know, and then there's some nasty beasts out there. Some tigers, some saber-toothed tigers, some yetis. Even I've heard expeditions come back reporting sites of remoras. And that I am
What is a
very thankful that we didn't run into one of those.
what is one of these remoras?
It's quite a terrifying beast. I've never personally seen one, but I've heard it looks it's very large and worm-like, but it has many legs on the back half of its. It's a foul creature. Again, I've never personally seen one. I've just been told stories of them, and from those stories, boy, am I thankful I haven't run into any of those.
Wasn't that the name of our ship that we traveled here on as well?
Oh yes, because it's a strong beast. You know, you want strong names for such vessels.
Haganar. Then.
Seems like very strong. Yes, Haganar should be named after you. I agree.
Yep.
But it seems like a strange foreshadowing of our adventure, too. But that's probably the storyteller in me. So it seems like you're familiar with this expedition. I mean, is there any way you could help us? I mean, I don't know if you'd want to go back and look again, but we're looking for that cure, and I think the best place to go would be back out there, and the more bodies the better, and the further I can stay away from the fight. But I mean, you guys can, you know, we can fight whatever we need to, and definitely, yes.
What he's trying to say. You have a good lay of the land. I can keep you protected.
I'm scared.
And there's that.
Well, I would absolutely love to be a part of this. I am actually aiding in an expedition coming up soon to go. It's a search and rescue for another expedition that had left a while ago, led by Professor Golram Shalebro. He's one of the original founders of Serenlia. Actually, he was the one who came up with the idea to settle here. He hasn't been back.
Professor,
None
what?
of Gulrim, Gulrim, Shalebrow.
Okay. Sorry.
They were searching in like up near a region called Mutalos, obviously in search for more relics. That's the main thing. But yeah, neither him nor any of his expedition companions have returned in some weeks. We should be leaving, I don't know, anytime within the next week. I'm just waiting for word from Morgo, really. She kind of coordinates most of this, who's going among the volunteers. We obviously do need people to stay back for defense purposes, but I mean, I wasn't best friends with Golrim or anything like that, but I know the man, and he's a good man. And I guess after hearing about Ergen, I just signed up immediately because losing people has got to stop, and I need to help.
I don't mean to question your morals or where you stand, but wouldn't it be safer of a bet to find a cure for many lives to save versus just the lives of a few expeditioners? And
that would be the logical thinking there. However, Golrim is very near and dear to the hierarchy of Uthadurn, and while they aren't necessarily saying they don't care about the lives of many, Golrim has brought prosperity to a civilization that was once thought to fail. The melding of Elven society and Dwarven society living together, living autonomously, no one would ever think anything like that could ever happen. And Golrim had a hand in that. And while I agree with you, I just want to help in any way, really.
I understand, and I just feel your experience would be more valuable and well suited for this adventure.
What if we offered our help with that expedition if you were able to help us with this expedition?
Now that certainly sounds like a fair trade-off. I'll speak with Morgo. I would like for this to happen. Yes, especially if I mean, I don't. Again, the expedition is supposed to be leaving in about a week or sometime between now and a week from now. I can see what the plans are, and if we can get back in time. I mean, I do know the way that we went for the most part. I can do my best to guide you there.
That would be appreciated. I mean, we've not got a lot of hope here. We're unfamiliar with each other. We're unfamiliar with the terrain, and more importantly, I'll be honest, I don't stand much chance in a fight with any of these beasts you mentioned. So,
yes,
Buddy, you got me. Hope follows me everywhere. We'll be all right.
I believe that, friend.
Say, what did you say? You cut out at the beginning.
I said I believe that, friend.
Yes. I mean, I suppose we could go talk to her right now if you lot are up for it.
Yeah, lead the way.
Pitter patter, patter.
Of course. So he kind of gets up and gets a little bit of his stuff together, puts on a belt that's kind of got like a couple daggers on it and stuff, and his cloak and everything like that. And starts walking out toward the center of the town area, little village, and does come across Morgo. And he hails, Morgo, over here, please. And starts walking toward her, and she's like, yeah, our new friends here had an idea that I lead them to where Ergen and I had found our last bit of findings, and aid them in that process, and in return they would aid us in helping find Professor Golram. And Morgo kind of seems to ponder this a little bit and looks over at you guys, and I mean, help always sounds great, but like, you sure you're up for it? I mean, it's pretty nasty out here. Most people that come out for one expedition, they hightail it right away, first ship out.
That was my plan.
Yeah, see, you're not making me feel too much better about this proposal here.
Yeah, he Haganar won't let me leave though. It's
Anything for money. And I guess I'm kind of starting to learn that money isn't everything.
What is money?
It is great, so don't don't forget about good old Haganar over here. But with or without this guy, I'll be here. Kind of like the cold.
Do you?
Yeah, it's quite welcoming, isn't it?
I don't even feel it.
Nah, it's a bunch of bullshit. It sucks here, guys.
it's
Come on.
awful. It is the most treacherous and awful thing I've ever lived through.
I
Only
don't
thing
feel
worse that I could think of is living somewhere on like a beach or something.
it. I would like the beach. Real beach.
Well, I mean, I suppose it would be smart to have Orvo with you, seeing as he was there on the initial expedition. What is this tiny gnome coming into the picture with? There's no gnomes in Isocross.
Mio. Hey, wave. Hi.
Oh,
Oh, look at the little fellow. He's quite cute.
Here. Hey. Oh, is it Uncle Bill? All right. Here.
All right, so
is this a friend of yours, Haganar?
it sounds like it makes sense. We have a little one running around.
People get it. I think our holy shit.
If the people on Twitch don't know
Smart
this yet,
viewers.
I live with Haganar. So, anyways, yeah, the Morgo is just like, yeah, it would make sense to have the person who went with Ergen on the initial expedition be with you. Really, I can swap him out with somebody else. Just, I really hope that you guys mean it when you say you'll help us find, at least help us search for Professor Golram.
My priority is to find this cure, and once we do, we will.
You seem to be like the one that likes to help people, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel it. That's why I stick to town. I help people here. Crack a few skulls if people get a little unruly. I keep this town whipped into shape here.
That's terrifying.
Nah, it's okay. It's really not that bad. Now, if you try to get into a scuffle with another villager on a full moon, oh boy, let me tell you, I get a little meaner.
Right. Yes, we'll definitely help you out. Just please, I'm not going to start any trouble here. We are not interested in fighting. All I want to say is we want to go find cure, go back, find Doctor Man, and we are good to go. As long as that is taken care of, I'm going
On to
back.
greener pastures and thicker forests, right? Am I right?
You're a very strong personality. I usually don't feel this way around other. Yeah, yes, on the greener pasture, sure.
Yes, of course. A nice, good, dense, thick forest. to hang out in, and then the pastures to hunt some food in. It's good stuff. Better than this cold,
Anything's better than this cold, really.
of course.
Literally anything I've ever experienced was better than this cold.
Really not that.
Well, Orvo, and Morgo, she kind of like slaps Orvo on the back real abruptly, and he's like, "Oh, looks like you're going on 2 expeditions. You're gonna be helping out our new friends." He's like, "Oh, yes. I mean, that was the plan. I thank you. I guess for your
Oh,
permission."
I do have to warn you guys, though. I may die from this cold. It really. I came in contact with the stuff. Now
Don't
I'm
li-
here. I'm
Well,
freezing.
That's I mean that's a risk we
I
all
will
have to
not
take. It's cold
let you
here.
die from this cold. I promise you. I very much like you, Proteus. I will not let you die.
very big words from a stranger. I'll take it though.
You bring your dice along too and roll to see if you trust him emphatically or not, like he did with you.
I dislike him. He's
Oh.
very nice in comparison to.
Would you like to roll some dice
You.
and figure out if you trust me?
Sure, I'll roll some dice. Leave it up to the gods.
Yes. Eh,
Oh, a nat. I was gonna lie about a nat 20. I dead ass got one.
well,
Perfect.
it seems like we both trust.
We really
other.
love each other.
Bring it
You
in here,
guys are
friend.
new besties.
We fucking hug.
A big old hug. I'll accept that.
Um,
Oh, you're quite warm.
Deus's tail kind of like arcs up, like in the movies where the foot goes up,
The foot goes up.
but it's the tail instead of the foot.
That's hot.
No. Okay. So are we having a slumber party here, or are we going to look for a dead guy, or going to? You know what I mean. Whatever.
Oh.
We're doing both.
No, I'll be the dead guy. I'm sure. All right. Yes. Let's be on our. Oh, it's getting dark. You said.
Yes.
Yeah.
You absolutely should rest.
Yeah,
I was going to suggest that before I got so flabbergasted, trying to get my words all messed up.
Right. I'm gonna go to sleep
Yes.
now.
Yeah, of
and,
course. You remember where the yurt's at that I showed you, right? It was pretty late last night.
You're really. I mean, really strong personality. It's.
Yeah, when you're part bear, you gotta be, huh? Just it runs in your blood.
I'm sorry, part bear.
Well, I mean,
Now, pray tell, what do you mean, part bear? I must know.
well,
Where,
I don't know how many. Of course, your friend knows. He looks like he's roamed out in the wilds a lot. He's probably met a few of my kind. But basically, one day, craziest thing, I'm down south in the Zemni fields, and I come across a bear, weird looking bear, had nothing to do with the area. It was just, I'd never seen anything. I've seen bears before, but not like this. It was the weirdest thing. And I tried to fight him off, and I got him a couple times, and he bit me right here on the shoulder, and like kind of pulls her armor like vigorously. Well, you can't see it. It's kind of strapped up on a real, nice and firm, like, but bit me. And then the next time, I just started feeling weird and, angry, but like not angry. I don't know how to describe it. Not important. But now I can turn into a bear. I don't know how many dwarves you've been around, but us ladies aren't typically this hairy. And you do see like just pretty furry being. She's not like covered from head to toe in like fur or anything, but more facial hair than your female dwarf would have, more than just the little peach fuzz or whatever. And like her backs of her hands are pretty hairy. Arms are far hairier than, your average dwarf, at least the ones that you've seen around here, even the males. Yeah.
So I was
maybe
said that I didn't actually think that that was real.
Oh, we exist, and we're not all bad. Take me for example. I'm just loud.
You're quite possibly the most terrifying being I've met in this adventure so far, and
You were hanging out with a dragon, man. I mean, I've known some pretty mean half dragons.
that man. I don't even have words. So that man was a good man, good passions, very helpful to me. I've met Dragonborns before. He was fun. You are a part bear. You turned from dwarf to bear. I know a thing or two about changing. That's very scary. I just don't get it. Anyway,
I'm gonna go to sleep and
yes.
way.
Do you remember where the yurt is?
Great memory. Thanks.
Sounds good there, buddy.
Yeah, I think that'll be my cue to go to bed. But Deus,
Yes.
where are you staying?
Wherever the wind blows, I guess.
Yeah,
Alright.
Morgo gave you the same spiel, or like gave you the spiel when you arrived, and you kind of asked around. It's like, oh well, there's people here. There's people that aren't here. There's tents that don't have people. Go ahead and sleep in them if you want. The yurts are probably taken up.
I'll find a tent.
You're gonna have to find a tent for the night.
Well, that's what you were told when you first got here. Not
Find
right
a
now.
tent or a yurt. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, what Haganar?
For a yen.
A yen
And,
or a
Uh,
turt.
I mean,
For
I do believe that old fool Bertrand, the yurt Morgo set you, or that I set you up in, it's got some space in there. I think there's like 4 bunks, maybe. Maybe I'll come pay you guys a visit tonight. Hang out, and tell some stories about bear stuff, and
Oh, that'd be
I'm just kidding. I
that'd be
can tell you
wonderful.
to me. I love it.
That'd be wonderful.
Oh, right.
says that with absolute fear in his face. Oh, that would be wonderful.
All right, yeah. No, you guys should get some rest. I'll actually gather up some rations and some supplies tonight for you guys to head out if you'd like. Unless you're good.
No,
make-
please. Rations would be fine. Anything you can spare would be wonderful. Deus, come on back to the yurt with us. I'm gonna go see the buyer and chat with him until everyone else is asleep because this town is too crazy for me.
Wait, who are
Yes,
you
of
chatting
course. Just don't get too wild tonight. You got to get your beauty rest there, sugar.
Oh my.
Bryon, make sure you have pittance in your inventory.
You actually look and
You don't.
you don't have pittance.
Oh,
Um,
nothing no more.
I'm just quite fascinated by you. Now at this point, I'm not sure if you're hitting on me or what's going on.
I'm just trying to make you uncomfortable. How am I doing?
I could probably do the same. Have you ever seen a chicken, man?
I mean, I've seen some things.
Okay, good to know. Take care.
Yeah, sure. She kind of just like turns the other way and walks off. Kind of like hollering back. You know how like you're walking through high school hallways and you see friends, you're just like, hey, doing stuff. She's kind of doing shit like that, hollering at doors. And it's like, you getting back out there anytime soon? No, of course you're not. You're a wimp. It's like walking,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say to Orvo, so strong personality on that one. If we could avoid
Yeah,
her tomorrow
yes.
before we leave, that'd be wonderful. Where should we meet tomorrow? Anywhere away from her would be fine.
I would say we can gather up outside of Bertrand's yurt, or I mean at my yurt. It doesn't matter really. It's a small place.
They're both very expected. How about by the bias yurt?
I didn't hear you, Dean.
Let's gather by the dick tree.
Or Dick Tree.
Haganar's not around anymore.
Yeah, he walked away.
Oh,
One way or another, I feel like, yeah, sure. Outside of the buyer's yurt, we can meet up there.
great. Sounds wonderful. Deus, you can come stay at our yurt with us. That'd be fine.
All right. Thank you.
Head back to the yurt. I'm not really going to the buyer's place. I just want
Really quick, what exactly is a yurt? You explained it earlier, but like,
It's like a little bit more of a hard stand, the tent type of thing. Like it's a building, but it's even the yurts are kind of temporary. Like it's just more. It's built out of like wood and stuff. I guess it could be multiple different things, but like a small cabin, really
okay,
small, less permanent cabin. And I could be wrong, so.
hook it up to your Ford and you can carry it on out of here.
If anybody's watching this, or in the future watching the video on YouTube or whatever, and I am wrong, just let me know.
We
It
have,
would be
tweet to
crazy. if we were all on computers and Eliot could just Google what a yurt was.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
spell it.
Much work.
YURT.
It's one of those things
Good
that
point. I just didn't want to look it up because I didn't want to distract myself.
You don't need to.
Okay,
I
there's
believe
some pretty cool yurts here. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of
believe
want one
it's-
now.
it's kind of a cabin type deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the buyer's yurt tomorrow morning.
Yes.
At dawn or after some food, maybe.
Ooh.
Bill, quick side piece. A yurt. You remember the Circle House on the way to Grammy's?
Yeah,
That's
Okay.
basically what a yurt is.
that's what I was thinking. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's bigger. Got it.
Yes. We'll meet at dawn and get some food and then head out.
Of course. So yeah, have a good evening, I suppose. And Orvo kind of starts heading back towards his yurt.
Yes. Deus, let's go spend the night back at our yurt.
Our yurt, yes.
Bedtime.
All right. So in this yurt, you actually really didn't get much of a chance to look around once you got here last night. You guys kind of came in, found the first bed you could plop on, and went to sleep. There's a fire pit in the middle, much like the buyer's yurt, that would heat the place. And there's an open crate that seems to be containing rations, and then there's a few things on a little stand next to the door as you walk in. On the stand, there's just a book and like a miner's pick kind of leaning up against it.
Can I take a look at the book?
Sure. The book on the cover of it's actually a well-bound book. It's pretty nice. It kind of seems out of place here, really. It's like this deep purple. It's a really fine colored purple with all sorts of like scrawlings, silver and gold scrawlings around it. Really fine work on the cover of this book. There's no words on the front, and on the spine of it, it reads "Adventure Sexy. Impress potential lovers with great deeds" by Scanlan Shorthalt.
I love it. Haganar, you might need this.
I'm gonna take it and look at it, and then throw it at his head.
I'm gonna dodge it because I'm fucking boss.
Roll me a d20. Add your dex. I think because you're not proficient with improvised weapons. So yeah, just d20 plus dex.
Wait, who's doing what?
Haganar.
4.
Let's go.
He chucks this book at your head, and you're just kind of like, you don't even move your full body really. You're just kind of standing there at like what is a resting position to you, but may look uptight to others who aren't as trained, in with order and everything like that. And you're just there, and you just kind of move your head briefly, just move your head to the side, effortlessly.
Fucking baller.
You know, Deus, you taking the role of Haganar's hatred is quite nice.
I'm glad to relieve you of that stress.
Oh, not me. Haganar never hated me.
Oh.
We've always gotten along just fine.
Are you guys friends?
Close friends.
For my bunk and go to sleep.
All right. Anything else either of you two want to do before bedding down for the night?
Probably gonna billow my cloak as much as possible that I just got just for fun.
Just spend like a full 60 seconds just billowing the shit out of your cloak.
Yeah. I want to waste 10 rounds and use all just bonus actions and actions every round of just billowing my cloak.
Just
please.
That's fucking.
just strike a
20
majestic
second
pose.
different poses, yeah. 6-second poses.
So like actually the first couple times you try, it's just like a week, like it doesn't quite get it, and you're just getting a hang of like he said if I focus really hard, and you just keep trying. And I'd say after like 3 or 4 tries, it's a little more, and then by the time you get like halfway done of your 1 minute, it's billowing like a champ.
All right. Yeah, and full on hero pose. Stood up and the cloak's just
Chest poofed out, everything.
Tip a little bit.
What's that? What did
Yeah.
you say?
I just said hat tip down a little bit.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Mysterious look.
Um,
And all night doing this and not getting anything.
not getting any sleep. You take 1 point of exhaustion. No, I'm just kidding. Have you been up all night? Yeah, man. Look at this thing. So yeah,
about it.
you guys bed down for the night. Deus, you maybe meditate, or do you actually lay down to sleep, or?
I rest my eyes,
Okay,
I'll sleep.
right on. So you guys wake up the next morning. The fire had gone out. It's a little colder in this yurt. Assuming you guys lit a fire before you went to bed. I don't know.
No, we just fucking left that shit.
Oh no, Proteus would have made sure there was a fucking fire lit.
Good point. Good point.
So yeah, you guys wake up the next morning. It's a little colder than it was when you fell asleep. Fire's out. It's just kind of some embers now. It's not quite producing any smoke or anything. But you do feel like once you get closer and kind of put your hands up to it, you do feel like just the heat from the embers, but not really enough to keep your whole body warm. Whoever, I don't know, who would wake up first, but whoever wakes up first, assuming you guys would just wake up the remainder of the party.
It would be me.
Yeah, that would.
And I would wake up Proteus.
He'd wake up and do his like handstand push-up regiment and like fucking pull-ups from the door of the yurt and get his whole workout in, and then wake you guys
I would
up.
light the fire, like a fucking good man.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
And I'd wake up Proteus, and then have Proteus wake up Haganar.
Smart choice.
Smart, yeah. All right. So up for the day. What are you guys doing?
Going right to meet Orvo, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Breakfast time.
I eat my rations.
You
I
walk
did that
out.
before you woke up. Sorry, guys.
You walk out, and right as soon as you walk out of this yurt, you see like a couple packs, like a couple backpack looking things. One's kind of got like a single strap that you would sling over. The other one's got two. Excuse me. Good Lord. Got 2 backpack straps, and they seem to be packed full. And right out there is Morgo and Orvo. Orvo looks a little flustered and like, oh man, just nervous, I guess, anxious or something. And Morgo's like, I never thought you guys would wake up. Here's the stuff I promised you. It's a good stuff. Now we have some food. I had a couple people whip up a little bit of something to set you up, so you're not leaving on empty bellies. Especially you. You gotta get your beauty sleep as well as your food. You gotta stay well nourished.
You're quite sweet, really. I appreciate all the kindness.
Yeah, I like to, fatten them up right before the full moon. Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
I'll be right back.
Does anyone here sell pants?
I'm gonna go into the yurt. And gonna come out looking much more like my buddy Atlas.
Like scarred up or dragon style?
Oh, dragon style.
So you're gonna try to look like you can, yeah, because as long as it's humanoid in nature, you can
change into him. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Step into the yurt. Step
So
out.
you kind of go in and you're just like, squeezing it out, shitting out the new form.
Haganar turn around and see Atlas. And
No, like Atlas. Definitely not being Atlas.
okay.
Not same height, nothing like that. Just
a dragonborn.
this Dragonborn version of Proteus.
I love it.
Where'd your friend go? I mean, I was just messing with him. It wasn't really that serious. Oh,
Wait a minute.
Are you still wearing your all
Who
your?
are you?
Oh yeah, still wearing the same stuff.
Okay, then Haganar already knows what's going on. Then.
so you can change too. I can only change into one thing. Can you only turn into dragon people?
I could turn into anything that could eat you.
Okay. Well, this should be fun. I'll see you guys soon. Like I said, breakfast, supplies, and I have another expedition to try to organize and supply and get everything ready. So I'll be on my way, I suppose.
Yeah, better get out of here.
All right, Proteus.
Oh, I like you. And Morgo turns away and starts heading off.
I'm gonna turn back and she really got me with that last one.
And then Orvo is just like, are we going to be doing this a lot?
Have you ever seen a chicken, man?
I can't say that I have, but I'm not necessarily eager to.
Then let's
No,
not
you're
drink
asking.
together.
Can we just get moving?
Thank you for the point of advice. Yeah, yes, of course. So I guess I'll carry one of these packs.
Right.
I can't carry both.
I'm gonna throw the other one to Deus.
I'll catch it. Like
So
a
Haganar
ball.
tosses the one that's got the single strap.
Like not
Uh,
like at him, just like to him, not like any kind of. You know.
Yeah, I'm still gonna catch it like a gangster, yo.
Jesus.
He's not even.
you catch it with one arm and like, yeah.
No, I catch it with my leg. Fucking throw my leg out.
Just snaps up. Is that your foot?
Nah.
Yes, it's the feet uppercut. But yeah, so you guys got these packs and heading out or anything else? I don't want to rob you of any opportunities before you leave.
Nope, eat and head out.
All right.
To go.
You all head out. You were outfitted with some snowshoes, apparatus type deals if you guys want. They're not super functional. You're not just floating on top of the snow, but you don't sink down nearly as bad.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna ask if it would make it any kind of difficult terrain without it, like for future combat situations. Would that be an issue?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's kind of a weird question to ask, huh?
Orvo's just like, okay, well, we really should only need these for a small chunk of the journey, a little less than halfway. We kind of get to the what's it called? Gosh dang it! Hold on. I just had it. We'll get to the thin sheets. It's mostly ice over there, not a lot of snow to the ground. It kind of blows around a lot. But yeah, for this first little bit, we may need these shoes. But
When you say
just
thin
warning
sheets,
everybody. Oh, it is what it sounds like.
That sounds dangerous.
Very. You have to be careful where you step, and especially not to clump up together. It's not all thin ice. It's not like a giant lake we're going to be walking over, but there are sections of tunnels from large beasts that sometimes reside in that area under the ground. And then those tunnel entrances tend to freeze over. Sometimes when a little bit of snow covers them, it's hard to tell. But if it's a particularly windy day, they shouldn't be too difficult to point out.
You're not making me feel any better. We might as well just make our way.
Absolutely. I just wanted to do my due diligence, I suppose, to ensure you all are as informed as me. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you, especially if there is a chance of saving people afflicted with this sickness.
Yes.
And if that's so, I mean, give you guys every upper hand I can.
All right. We appreciate that. Why don't you lead the way?
Of course. And you guys set off, heading northwest-ish in direction, mostly north, but it does head toward the west a little bit. And we're gonna end our session there.
Ooh.
Taking off from town. It's actually pretty right on schedule. With it's a little bit shorter of an episode than we have done, but this is where I thought we would end, and I was just gonna, obviously take it until, but whatever.
Hey, it's a role-playing section.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No
We
one
love
wants
role-playing.
4 hours of role-playing, you know?
Everyone wants 4 hours of role playing.
That's a good point.
I wouldn't be upset about it.
That's a good point.
I watch Critical Role, and there's definitely some episodes where they got like maybe a tiny encounter or two, but it's mostly like shopping or role play, and
Shopping.
it's dude,
I love
yeah, some of
shopping.
their shopping episodes are pretty fun. Either way, I'm not on Twitch here to advertise Critical Role. They do that very well enough themselves.
Yes, they do.
Now, if you watch Critical
But-
Role, I recommend you come and watch us instead.
Maybe not instead, but
We're
after
not
you
going head to
are
head
caught
here.
up.
But we
No.
would
Yeah,
love
sir.
if we can join the many, many awesome D&D streams out there that are already there. We take inspiration from. We
All sorts
watch
of different groups.
Yeah, I mean everyone that's on Twitter, that's followed us, that's all the other groups that are on Twitter that are working with us. You guys are awesome, and honestly, everyone that's been supportive of Dapper DnD so far. A lot of changes, a lot of stuff getting us to this point, but
Shakeups.
yeah, we're working through it. We're making progress. This 6 months ago was a thing that I sat here and tried to come up with, and I'm glad it's gotten to this point, and we're live, second sessions in the books, and that's awesome. So, thank you to everyone that checked us out. Anyone that watches us on YouTube, remember, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications.
Smash that bell.
Here on Twitch, please follow us, like us, share us.
Hey,
share
and
us.
if you accidentally slip and hit some sort of subscribe button,
That's cool
I
too.
won't be mad.
But please, just this is a cool thing that's really gotten out there now. D&D's huge again, and I love being part of this
And I love
community. Yeah, it's so cool. This community's been awesome, and to anyone that's whatever, if you guys want us to check out your streams, if you guys have ideas for what we got going on, we love to hear from you. We love input. We love everything. So message us.
Absolutely.
Check us out. Comment. Next time, I hope to see the chat box flowing at least a little bit, and I'll keep an eye on that, and we'll have some fun. But
Heck yeah. So also I wanted to add a little tidbit. So I do the most of the social media-ing. Currently we are just under 300 followers, and I'm going to say right now, once we get to 500, our 500th follower, we're going to contact and try to work up something cool.
absolutely.
For the campaign. I had already spoken with Minor Realm Games on Twitter is their handle. And we collaborated on something that you guys will see later. I'm pretty excited about.
Are you gonna railroad us to something? I feel like
Yeah.
you're about to railroad us. Oh, okay.
Absolutely. You're actually on
He's
a
honest.
what we collaborated with is the trip to the Aor crash site is actually on a railroad. So you're just straight there.
That's fucked up, but I like it.
Just kidding. Anyways, yeah, thank you to Minor Realms Game. Obviously, we had already contacted you, but thank you for being our 100th follower. And we really look forward to reaching 500 soon, getting our content out to as many people as we can. And as Bryon said, thank you to all of the other tabletop groups, creators, small streamers, anything, for retweeting our stuff, for commenting, liking, all of it. All the support is outstanding. It's
It
so
is.
much cool to see.
It is. And thank you guys. And I think with that, I'll sign
Yeah.
us off. So until next time, my friends, stay dapper.